everyone on this left-hand side can slightly push it towards the gate, please.
Yeah, this is going to be edited, so it's, you know, you take your time.
Okay. Here all day. Alright, thank you.
이런 문도 막아주면 ठीक है कितने का दिया मेरे डिलीवरी पे स्कैन हो गया मुझे बाहर में डिलीवरी
Hello everybody, alright, let's start our event here today. You all know why we are here. Over the last 2-3 weeks or so, the violence in Arakan has again escalated. There have been thousands displaced, hundreds killed, and this cannot continue. So, without further ado, let me invite Nurul Islam from Arakan Rohingya National Organisation, ARNO, to say a few words.
I thank all of you for joining this event. Solidarity was the The terrible situation of the Rohingyas in Arakan is a man-made tragedy. It's a carried out and created by the government, by the created by the extremist Shakai, and masterminded by the government and local administration in Arakan, led by Dr. Abe.
To the vehicles, it needs to get onto the pavement, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
The government has stopped the onslaught in the beginning, but they did not do it. Rather, they enforced it. The government police and soldiers, security forces were directly involved in the killings of the Rohingyas, destroying the destruction and torching of their houses, raping of their women, and committing of crimes against humanity. Thus the government is not only failed, the government has not only manifestly failed to protect the Rohingya people, but also it has been a potential force, primary force in the destruction and killings of the Rohingya people. Since June violence occurred, and we occurred again and again, over 5,000 Rohingyas have been killed and missing. Many thousands of homes have been destroyed. Hundreds of women have been raped, and many more than 110,000 people have been forced to flee their homes. They are starving in homes, villages, and displacement camps, and under open sky. They are suffering from diseases and dehydration. Child malnutrition is widespread, and some have died already. No education is available in the camp area. Even the Rohingya children, they are not able to go to a school from the village because of the lack of security. And they have no hope of return to their original places and properties. Now the Rohingya people is partially destroyed in part And the vigilante and the government is trying to destroy them all. The government is lying to the world and distort the figure of Rohingyas' deaths and destructions without ensuring peace in the area.
We know it's happening.
They are now conducting a so-called immigration check. So they say now they are conducting a immigration check, looking for so-called illegal immigrants. This is another device to hoodwink the international community and to victimize the further victimize our people.
I think this is just kind of seems to be marring the whole pro-democracy movement intellectual reform, and that really seems to be the of Burma.
They are now saying that people are infiltrated from Bangladesh. Logic is for long 60 years. This Arakan or Burma has been a big hell for the Rohingya people. Bangladesh, although a poor country, their situation is, their income or situation is much better than that of Burma. Who is going into the hell? Is it a logic? Just as with that, to exploit, persecute our people. From opposition leader, we have the democracy icon, Aung San Suu Kyi. She is surprising and uncharacteristically silent on the persecution of the Rohingyas, on the destruction of the Rohingyas. And she is reluctant to call a spade. And just because she is afraid it will hurt the sentiment of the majority Buddhist community, it appears that if the situation of Rohingya, she will definitely speak out. We believe she could have stopped or at least reduced the tension, reduced the violence if she speak out, if she admonished her fellow citizens to respect the human rights of the Rohingya people. To all intended purposes, it is an ethnic cleansing, an international crime with international jurisdiction. Given the manifest intention, here the manifest intention, I say, of the government, it may be considered a case of genocide. But so far, international response is very poor. The powerful countries are still using camouflage war. They are using camouflage war. And they should review their current policy on bounds and come up with more proactive policies. They need to send a clear message to the Deng government that the Rohingya ethnic cleansing is unacceptable. Therefore, we urge upon the international community and powerful nations, particularly the United Kingdom, UK government, to put pressure on the Burmese government to stop all violence and intimidation against Rohingya, to repeal the oppressive Burma Citizenship Law of 1982 and to replace it with a new law in conformity with the international standard and human rights principles, and to stop current atrocious cruelty under the pretext of looking for so-called illegal immigrants. Support sending UN peacekeeping force to Arakan in order to save the lives of the people and to distribute unhindered humanitarian aid to all victims. Last, support forming a UN Commissioner inquiry in order to find out the actual fact and bring those responsible to justice. Thank you very much.
A big thank you there for Nurul Islam from Arakan Rohingya National Organisation. If I could just ask all of the people that have just arrived, if they could slightly move across into the gated area. Yes, please, if you could slightly move across into the gated area, as this is the allocation that we have. Okay, our next speaker will be Tun Kin. Tun Kin from the Burmese Rohingya Organisation UK.
종팀.
We just ensure everybody remains on the pavement as it's obstructing vehicles, okay? How long? So what thing is it? I'm pretty much going to be zero tolerance on it soon because I don't want cars diverting. If you need a quick one, get it done. It's literally, obviously it's obstructing vehicles. I'll prevent a quick one then if everybody can...
Will do, yeah, thank you.
Okay, our next speaker will actually be Soham Afzal from Burmese Muslim Association.
Dear brothers and sisters, my name is Suhail. I'm from the Burmese Muslim Organization. First of all, I would like to thank to the organizers who has allowed me to talk here today. As all of you are aware, the world has seen more ethnic cleansing in Arakan. Unfortunately, none of the end countries break their silence effectively, and we don't know how many times we'll have to see those blood shed again. It was such a heartbreaking moment to hear and to listen the screaming and the cries of our brethren when they were under attack by the Rakhine extremists. It's really frustrating. How could it happen in the 21st century? As if Burma is emerging towards fascism under the guise of democratic reforms. Taking advantage of this occasion, we would like to raise an issue and we want to highlight an important fact. It is the root cause of these crises. It is the main reason why Rohingyas have been persecuted. It is also the reason why Muslims in Burma have been discriminated against and persecuted even in the 21st century. It is anti-Muslim groups operating systematically since General David took power. We should not undermine the anti-Muslim organizations and their sinister activities in Burma. We simply cannot afford to use the wrong remedy now. Their influences have reached to every level of people in Burma. And they have been granted freedom to spread and incite Islamophobia across Burma. They have never been questioned or stopped by the authorities from inciting hatred against Muslims in Burma. The recent crisis in Burma was pre-planned and collaborated between the authorities and the anti-Muslim groups. The frequent changing tone of Myanmar authority, the biased Myanmar media that are inciting against Muslims of Burma, and the Rohingyas, directly and indirectly. Anti-Muslim Buddhist monks that are very active in leading the recent bloodshed. The Rakhine terrorist arms group, the ALP, and some political parties who betrayed the democracy and human rights were proved, and it highlights two important facts. The first thing is that it is not a series of communal clashes, but it is intentionally targeting the Rohingyas and the Muslims in Arakan and in Burma. Secondly, there is a hidden power that targets the Muslims in Burma very systematically. And we need to address these issues very seriously. We hereby request to all our Muslim brothers and sisters and our Muslim organizations to help to help the Muslims in Burma, and we need to concentrate to work inside in Burma also, and we need a lot of efforts to do that. We have launched and operating and carrying out some Muslim NGOs recently in Burma to counter them and as well as to diffuse the tension. Please join and cooperate with us for the sake of Allah to answer the cries of your brethren in Burma. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much there. Our next speaker will be Brad Blitz. Come over. Could I just ask all newcomers, please, if you could slightly move into the penned area, that's the only allocation we have. Just slightly move across to the right-hand side. So let me introduce Brad Blitz for International Observatory for Statelessness.
Thank you very much. This is a very important day. It's a very important. This is a very important day. It is a very important event. For decades, the Rohingya have been discriminated against. They've been persecuted. We say everyone has the right to nationality. That is a basic human right. But for decades, Rohingya have been denied the right to nationality, and as a result, are among the most vulnerable and persecuted people in the world today. The message that we need to get across is actually very simple. It is one of protection. It is one of aid and assistance. It is of citizenship, that the Rohingya have the right to citizenship in Burma. And it is of reconciliation, to ensure that if Burma is to move on the path to democracy, it must be substantive, it must be real democracy, it must ensure that the diverse ethnic communities that make up the state of Burma can be brought together so that they can live together in peace. It is most distressing to learn that not only have state authorities been discriminating and targeting Rohingya, but that aid isn't getting through, and that there has been a rice embargo for months, denying people access to food and basic services. This must stop. The British government has an extremely important role to play in this. Britain is one of the most significant contributors to the overseas aid budget for South Asia, affecting not just Burma, but Burma's neighbours. We need to provide a message, a clear message, that calls for joint undertaking between the Foreign Office and DFID and other areas of government to ensure that we can provide this coordinated, deliver this coordinated message of comprehensive protection. Thank you.
Thank you there, Brad Blitz, for your words. If I could introduce Mobin Mia from Restless Beings. I'm not here to give a speech, but we're going to start chanting and the slogans now. So what I want you to do is cooperate with me and say the second line of whatever I say. So I'm going to say anything and you're going to say right now afterwards. So whatever I say, you say right now, straight after it. Is that right, yeah? Everyone got that, okay? Ready? Everyone got their lunch, yeah? Stop Rohingya cleansing in Arakan! Stop Rohingya cleansing in Arakan! Send urgent UN peacekeeping force to Arakan! Send international observers! Stop burning Rohingya! Stop forced expulsion! Slave voting Rohingya! Stop imposing starvation! Stop raping Rohingya women! Stop mass destruction! Support UN Commission of Inquiry! Stop burning Rohingya!
aid when? Right now, right now. Slave floating Rohingya when? Right now, right now. Stop imposing starvation when? Right now, right now. When do we want it? Right now, right now. When do we want it? Right now, right now. When do we want it? Right now, right now. Stop raping Rohingya women when? Right now, right now. When do we want it? Right now, right now. Stop mass destruction when? Right now, right now. Stop mass destruction when? Right now, right now. Stop burning Rohingya. Right now, right now. Provide humanitarian aid. Right now, right now. Justice to who? 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 Right now. Save Rohingya from extinction when? Right now, right now. Stop Rohingya cleansing Arakan when? Right now, right now. Stop raping Rohingya women when? Right now, right now. Stop mass destruction Rohingya when? Right now, right now. Slave floating Rohingya when? Right now, right now. Justice for who? Rohingya. Justice for who? Rohingya. Justice for who? Rohingya. When do we want it? Right now, right now. When do we want it? Right now, right now. Justice for who? Rohingya. Justice for who? Rohingya. When do we want it? Right now, right now. Rohingya. When do we want it? Right now, right now. Rohingya women now. Right now, right now. Shouting for the displaced Rohingya when? Right now, right now. Stop burning Rohingya when? Right now, right now. Stop Rohingya cleansing when? Right now, right now. Send urgent UN peacekeeping force to Arakan when? Right now, right now. Send international observers when? Right now, right now. Stop slaughtering Rohingya when? Right now, right now. Stop raping Rohingya women when? Right now, right now. Justice for who? Rohingya. Justice for who? Rohingya. When do we want it? Right now, right now. For who? Rohingya. When do we want it? Right now. When do we want it? Right now, right now.
A big thank you to Mobbing Mir from Restless Beings. Our next speaker, standing over there, will be Mark Farmer from Burma Campaign UK. If I could also ask any newcomers if you could slightly move to the right-hand side into the penned area.
Thank you very much for inviting me to speak here today. I can't believe that we're still having to have demonstrations like this so many months into this crisis. I can't believe that the British government is only recently starting to speak out about what's going on in a more critical way. I can't believe that it took a new round of violence in October before the Ban Ki-moon and others seriously started putting some diplomatic pressure on the government of Burma. But what we did see when that pressure was applied was the government of Burma starting to respond. Suddenly they're talking about the 1982 citizenship law, applying it, reforming it, whispered briefings to diplomats in Rangoon and around the world. Suddenly the Burmese army was able to take some role in stopping some of the attacks on villages when the Burmese government felt threatened. We've seen Aung Min and other government ministers now giving interviews where they're holding out hope to the international community that there could be some positive steps. And this is a good sign because it shows that they are now getting worried about pressure. The problem is, in our experience, over many, many years, is when they make these noises, as they've done in the past with the situation in Kachin State, in Karen State, with Aung San Suu Kyi's detention, with other political prisoners' detention, is that as soon as they start talking like this and making these promises, the international community back off. They say, well, let's wait and see. There's some progress now, we have to wait and see. It looks like things are moving in the right direction. And once they back off, things stop moving. So that's why it's really important that we are here today, putting pressure on the British government to make sure that they do keep pressure on the Burmese government. It's really important that we don't let the British government off the hook. They've taken a few positive steps now, not enough, but we can see here what's happened in the last week. Pressure on the Burmese government does work. This is a regime, and it is still a regime, which is desperate to be accepted into the international community. This is a regime which is making skin-deep reforms, trying to persuade the international community to let it back in. When it's trying to do this, it means it's even more vulnerable to international pressure than it has been in the past. They are starting to get the sanctions lifted, they're starting to normalise diplomatic relations. If they think all the progress that they made in the past year is under threat because they're not taking sufficient action on this issue, they will respond. We know that this is a government that is racist, that is committing ethnic cleansing, that is committing war crimes and crimes against humanity in other parts of Burma. This is not a democratic reforming government, but they do want to get international trade and investment. They do want to build the economy. They do want international acceptance. And for all of that, we can make them pay the price. No one I've met in Burma believes that they are genuinely on a path to democracy. But they are on a path to making some reforms, to be a more normal dictatorship. And that gives us an opportunity to put pressure on them. And we have to make sure that opportunity is taken, because this is not a government that is immune to pressure, as we keep being told when we meet MPs and when we meet different governments around the world. If we can apply pressure, and the pressure does work. And I think we've seen how all the work that we've been doing, the lobbying, the awareness raising, is paying dividends now. I was in the Parliament for the whole of yesterday afternoon, meeting MPs who've never shown any interest in Burma, but who do now want to know what's going on, what is behind the current crisis, what is the situation in the country, and what practical steps they as British MPs can do to put pressure on the governments of Bangladesh, on the governments of Burma, and on the British government. There is still momentum growing here. There's a real opportunity to make real progress. We've got the government of Burma now talking about the 82 citizenship law for the first time. This is something they refused to do after the first violence started in June. So we have to make sure now that we keep the pressure on, that events like this continue, that we use every different kind of tool that we can to put pressure on. There is a motion that's going to be going down in the British Parliament in the next few days, and we all need to go and write to our MPs, to meet our MPs and encourage them to sign that. We need to get our MPs to keep asking questions in Parliament about what the British government is and isn't doing. We have MEPs. How many people here have spoken to their MEP about what's going on? The European Union is not providing additional aid. The European Union is not putting any significant pressure on the government. We can use all these different channels to try and put pressure on the government of Burma, because we live in a democracy and we have the opportunities that people in Burma do not have. So please, let's all keep working together. Let's keep the pressure on, because we can start to see now the first shifting. But from experience, we know this is more about public relations and propaganda at this time. But if we keep the pressure on, we can turn it into something more and make some real progress. Thank you.
Thank you there for Mark Farman from Burma Campaign UK. Let me introduce now Zeenat Islam from Restless Beings.
Hello everybody, can everybody hear me? Can I get a whoop whoop if you can? No? No whoop whoop? Okay. If I can ask everybody on this side to sort of move in a little bit, so we're sort of within the gates, because that's what we've got permission to do so. So if we can shift this way a little bit. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so we're all here today obviously because of one main issue, and this main issue is ethnic cleansing and the silent genocide that is taking place in Burma at the moment of the Rohingya people. Now this genocide is taking place with absolute silence of the international community, and it's taking place where there is no accountability for what is happening to the Rohingya people in Burma. Now we're standing here today in front of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office of the British government. Now what do we have to say to the British government today? What we have to say is that we are ashamed. We are ashamed at the lack of what our government is doing for these innocent people that are being burned alive, that are being sent to death, that are dying at sea, because we can't do nothing about it. Because we are more bothered about trade relations with Burma or about natural resources that we can get out of Burma. And we're going on about these so-called reforms that Burma is making in terms of human rights, but what progress is actually being made when people are being sent to their death? Now we might be small in number today, what we are not small in is solidarity, spirit and unity. Now we don't have a lot of time, so what I want you guys to do is really, really show your passion and your belief what is happening in Burma cannot go on, and something must be done. So we're going to do some chants for as long as my voice can hold to make our voices heard. The
we will have with us two parliamentarians, two MPs that have worked tirelessly on this issue. Jonathan Ashworth and Roshnara Ali will go to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office later on and deliver a letter criticising the British government and their muted response to what is happening. And after that, they will join us. Now, we have to ask ourselves, why? Why is there such a muted response from the global community? Why is there such a reluctance and such an unwillingness from the British government to speak out on the human rights violations that are happening? Why? A lot of it has to do with money. A lot of it has to do with big business. A lot of it has to do with business interests. Now, Burma has been described as a treasure house. A treasure house of natural resources. Untapped resources of petroleum, untapped resources of natural gas, untapped resources of precious metals. Now all of these commodities are being viewed by multinational corporations from far across the world. They're licking their lips in the sense that they want those drilling contracts, they want those extraction contracts. Now these contracts are extremely lucrative and will be worth billions and billions of US dollars. So any government that is willing to speak up, any government that is willing to criticize Burma risks jeopardizing the potential for one of their respective multinational energy firms to securing those contracts. And that is why the British government, that is why the Foreign Office are reluctant to speak out. That is why when human rights abuses are taking place around the world, they will jump at the chance to speak. But when it's happening in Arakan, there's nothing but silence. Now it's up to us. It is up to us all here, and it's up to us to spread the news to our friends and our family that as consciously aware human beings, we cannot and we will not accept that. Now, let me introduce Bobby Mir again, who will do some chanting, and then hopefully we will have our two MPs coming out to speak.
Free, free, Rohingya! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Rohingya! Free, free! Rohingya! Free, free! Rohingya! When do we want it? Right now! When do we want it? Right now! When do we want it? Right now! Free, free! Rohingya! Free, free! Rohingya! Free, free! Rohingya! When do we want it? Right now! When do we want it?
Thank you very much there from Tumkin. Next, we'd like to introduce to you Baroness Cox, who has been working also on this issue of Rohingya. So here, Baroness Cox from Heart.
Morning, good friends. I've come to sorry. Morning, good friends. Can you hear me? No. Press this. Okay, is that okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, if you can hear me, I want to say that I'm here on behalf of many, many people in our own country, and many people in Parliament who care so much about the suffering of your people. I have a question next Tuesday in the House of Lords, where I'll be asking the British government to do more to help your people in these terrible times. I was in your part of the world early this year, and we knew how much your people were suffering then from oppression, apart from all the killings and all the torture and the rape and the horrible things that have happened in recent months. We'll be reminded the British government, many hundreds and hundreds have been killed this year, many hundreds of thousands have had to flee from your homes, many have had to flee abroad. You know, many of you have been in Bangladesh for a long time, having difficult times there, difficult times in your own country. Others have been drowned trying to get to other countries. Our hearts bleed for you, we grieve for you, we care for you, we speak for you, and we love you and we want to do all we can to help you. I'll be asking the British government, amongst other things, they will support the international community in some of the things we think and hope would be helpful for your people. We want to support any international initiatives to send a UN peacekeeping force and international observers to Arakan. I know, we know many of you died, many of you suffered already. We also want to press for unhindered delivery of humanitarian aid to your people who are suffering so much. We have an international duty of what we call the right to protect your people who are suffering too much without help. The international community must do much more to protect and help your people in the terrible suffering and dying that you're experiencing. We also want to support the establishment of UN Commission of Inquiry to establish true facts and know what terrible things are being done to your people and bring to justice those people who are carrying out these crimes against your people. And we also want to put pressure on the government of Burma to repeal that citizenship law and to give your people full citizenship and the rights you deserve in your own land of Burma. So I just want to say, as a member of British Parliament and the House of Lords, I have a question next week. We do speak for you, we care for you, we'll do what we can to get the British government to help you and help in any other way we can. We have many friends, our hearts grieve for your people, and we will not rest until there is some help coming and the peace and the freedom and the justice that you deserve as Rohingya people. So may we pray for you in our own ways and work for you without stopping. God bless.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much there from Baroness Cox from Heart. If there's anyone walking past that's interested, if there's anyone walking past that wants to know what's happening here, then today, right here, today in Arakan, there are thousands and thousands of people being displaced. There are hundreds being murdered brutally, and why? Because of their ethnicity, because of their religion, and that's just not acceptable. And this is happening not in your history textbooks. This is happening today, right here in 2012. We cannot and will not accept that.
Hello everyone, can you hear me? Yes. We're just going to do some more chanting for 5 minutes, but before that, the police are here. We don't want to get in trouble, so if everyone, we need to stick to the road. So if everyone can just squeeze in a little bit more, because we need to stay in the barrier area. So if we can just squeeze a little bit more in, and then we'll be safe. Thank you. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we're going to chant for a little bit more, same as before, right now, right here, those kind of things. I want everyone chanting to the fullest. This might be the last one. I want everyone's kidneys hurting and everything after this, okay? Stop the genocide in Rohingya! Free, free! Equal rights in Rohingya! Free, free! Rohingya! Stop the massacre! Rohingya! Human rights in Rohingya! Remember! Rohingya!
Westminster. Westminster. Exit 6 to by exit 6. 6 to by left
Stop raping Rohingya women in Arakan! Stop genocide to Rohingyas in Arakan! Stop genocide to Rohingyas in Arakan! Stop genocide to Rohingyas in Arakan! Stop Rohingya cleansing in Arakan! Stop Rohingya cleansing in Arakan! Save Rohingya people in Arakan! Save Rohingya people in Arakan! Save Rohingya people in Arakan! Send UN peacekeeping forces to Arakan! Send UN peacekeeping forces to Arakan! Send Adali international observers 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 to Arakan! Support sending UN peacekeeping forces 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 to Arakan! Save Rohingya people of Arakan! Save Rohingya people of Arakan! Stop genocide to Rohingyas in 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 Arakan! Stop raping Rohingya women 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 in Arakan! Stop expelling Rohingya from Arakan! Stop raping Rohingya women in Arakan! Stop slaughtering Rohingyas in Arakan! Stop burning Rohingyas in Arakan! Stop burning Rohingyas in Arakan! Stop floating, save floating Rohingya people of Arakan! Save floating Rohingya from the sea! Save Rohingya floating from the sea! Save floating Rohingya from the sea! Save floating Rohingya from the sea! Stop genocide to Rohingya! Stop genocide to Rohingya! Stop slaughtering Rohingya! Stop slaughtering Rohingya! Stop slaughtering Rohingya! Stop slaughtering Rohingya! Stop genocide to Rohingya! Stop genocide to Rohingya! Stop genocide to Rohingya! Support your commission of inquiry! Support your commission of inquiry! Stop slaughtering Rohingyas!
Right now, right now.
Stop slaughtering Rohingyas!
Right now, right now.
Stop slaughtering Rohingyas!
Right now, right now.
Stop killing Rohingya in Arakan!
Right now, right now.
Stop killing Rohingya in Arakan!
Right now, right now.
Stop killing Rohingya in Arakan!
Right now, right now.
Stop killing Rohingya in Arakan!
Right now, right now.
Save Rohingya in Arakan!
Right now, right now.
Save Rohingya in Arakan!
Right now, right now.
Stop slaughtering Rohingya in Arakan!
Right now, right now.
Stop state terrorism in Burma!
Right now, Cheers, thank you very much for that. Right, Gentleman Ashworth, George Galloway and Roshnara Ali are currently tied up. They're in the House of Parliament, they're doing a vote. So let me introduce now to you Rahima Begum from Restless Beings. And that is the hypocrisy of the British government.
Nobody talks about it. Bloody Western hypocrites.
Okay.
You Western hypocrites.
Okay, thank you.
You bloody Western hypocrites. You fucking British hypocrites.
It's alright.
You bloody Southern hypocrites.
Give him the mic.
Okay, right, let me now introduce you Rahima Begum from Restless Beings.
You're absolutely right. There are situations in the world that have come up very, very quickly. I agree with you. I'm just going to touch on exactly what you're saying. There are situations in the world where the government very responds. And yes, there's an incredible amount of disappointment, I think, amongst the Muslims and also anyone that's supporting the Rohingya right now of what's happening. You said everything very passionately and everything that you said was actually on point. And I can actually relate to the exact passion where he's coming from. Of course there's going to be anger, and everything that he's saying might be extreme, but it's extreme honesty. I'm from Restless Beings, one of the organisations in our coalition that I'm here today to support the Rohingya community. I'm actually not here to support the community because I am Rohingya, nor am I here because I'm Muslim. I'm here because I'm a human being that believes that dignity and equality is for every single human being on this planet. And if the UN are here, can I just get another yeah if you really believe that? Yeah! Now, every single one of us, outlined by the UN as the freedom of movement and the freedom and the right to have the state to call home, and I said this in the last demo when we were here in summer, that every single one of us should have that right. It shouldn't be taken from us, it shouldn't be ripped out of our hands, and damn right it shouldn't be raped when it comes to the whole of our community. We have that right and we should be able to exercise it across the world. This situation isn't about our people and your raped because of the colour of their skin and the religion that they belong to, and the fact that the rest of that community thinks that they're illegal immigrants. When you find mass graves of those people buried in mass graves, that's called genocide. And the moment you come across the entire community being thrown out and people being burnt and put into concentration camps, that's called apartheid. So we've got ethnic cleansing, genocide and apartheid. 6 months ago, people were questioning whether or not this is a community that's worth being spoken about. This is a community that's being worth spoken about, not because they're Muslim, but because they're human beings. I really want to assert that. I said that at the summer demo, and I'm going to say it again. When we came in summer, we came because the mainstream media didn't want to take notice of this issue. They weren't covering it. They really should be covering it. Like the gentleman said, because of the fact that they're covering women in Pakistan, they're covering the opium issues in Pakistan, they're covering all these issues. We need to cover the fact that women are being carried, taken out of their villages in Burma and raped by military junta in Burma. Their husbands are being then taken out and burnt alive. Now I'm going to tell you something, and I know I probably come across really aggressive when I say this, and I guess it's because now it's become quite personal. For me anyway, one of our most important contacts was giving us this information. Was last week we found out he was taken out of his home, he was burnt alive in front of his children and his wife. Now think about it, come on. Why? Because the country thinks that they're an illegal immigrant? Great, try and find a different way to create a dialogue to get them out. Don't burn them alive. Since when was that okay? Since when was that the way to get rid of these communities? So I guess on that front, we really need to remember this is a human rights abuse. As angry and passionate, peaceful protest, whatever it is that we've got to do, we're here to stand up for this community in solidarity, to remind them that we're not going anywhere, and it's not a them and us issue. It's not about going against, the Rakhine, or the fact that the police monks doing this, or the fact that the military are involved, or the fact that the rest of Burma have really forgotten that in order to go towards democracy, you need to work with the ethnic communities in your country and not burn them alive or rape them. Because damn, freaking hell, since when was that okay? So what we need to do is instill that need for human rights assistance, for human rights intervention, and for an international human rights reaction. So if you believe in that and you feel that everyone has a right to equality and dignity and respect and freedom and a home and safety, please, everything that you can do in the next half an hour and for the rest of the next 6 months or whatever it is that you've got time to kind of push this community, do it. Take that time out and really find out about what's going on and follow the community, the organisations that are trying to do something for this community and raise awareness and do it. So it's free, Rohingya! I'll continue that on for the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Now I would like to invite Gu Aung from Burmese Democratic Movement Association to say a few words.
Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute break. So if you'd like to pray, then by all means, there's a corner there designated where one of the brothers has just done the azan. And after that 5 minutes, we'll resume.
No, not night. Night.
Mau di back kemana sana?
ini এখন ইগো ফুললে বাদে কি করি এবার বাদে আর নাই তো ইয়া ইগো ফুলতে এবার বাদে কি করি ও হতে
কি কেন
পানি পানি
পানি না চলে সর্বদম হ্যাঁ কেন ওবা
ইবিতুন কি
কোনে বাড়িতে
ini dulu kan ini ibar amna
ওইবার ওটাই Bye.
Marah.
Tisu. Sorot ঠান্ডা ya. ঠান্ডা তো পানাগুড়ি আর বিনা চিকেন ঠান্ডা নাই গরম Air video mana? Oh iya, benar.
Ada kok mana? Ibu jangan project kami. Same, no, same. Yang project kami. Same and all same. ঠান্ডা আগে ইবে বেশি জুম বেশি দিয়া বেশি স্পার খালা ক্লিন এম বেশি হ্যাঁ ক্লিন এম হ্যাঁ তুমি সজার ঠান্ডা দিও আমরা ইবে বাই ইবে বেশি দিশা আই আহ ইবে আহ বুঝলাম ইবে নরমাল হয়ে যাবে আই অল করে গেলি